Honorable members, it gives me immense pleasure to congratulate the entire nation at the successful conduct of G20 New Delhi Summit that has filled the heart of every Indian with pride and raised the leadership stature of the country at global level. I laud the Prime Minister's vision that made it truly People's G20. More than 200 meetings in 60 cities covering all the states and union territories of India is unprecedented. At the same time, the G20 New Delhi Leaders Summit with 42 delegations was one of the largest in size, scale, and scope. This has provided opportunity to the world to experience richness of diversity, democracy, and talent of India. India's G20 presidency has proven to be inclusive, ambitious, action-oriented, decisive, and people-centric. The outcomes of the G20 Leaders Summit are transformational and would contribute to the reshaping of the global world order in the decades ahead. Prime Minister's vision and guidance, the New Delhi G20 Leaders Declaration was adopted unanimously and with consensus, including on difficult issues. It is globally acknowledged that India's leadership and endeavors were crucial in bridging the north-south divide and overcoming the strong east-west polarization. This is reflective of India's elevated stature and standing and the work that this government has done in the last 9 years. It is a testament to the global trust and goodwill that India enjoys under the Prime Minister's leadership. It is a recognition that India is a voice of peace and moderation in a world ridden with divisions. India's presidency has been instrumental in bringing voice of Global South into the heart of G20 discourse. At the beginning of presidency, India hosted the Voice of the Global South Summit in January 2023 with participation of leaders of 125 countries. The priorities and expectations of the countries of the Global South were brought into G20 agenda. The summit declaration amplified and delivered on issues of interest to the developing countries, including poverty alleviation, climate finance, handling debt vulnerabilities, food security, health security, digital infrastructure development, among others. Prime Minister's initiative led to the historic decision to accept African Union as a permanent member of the G20. It was a wonderful sight to see the world leaders pay respect to the father of the nation at Rajghat. They all endorsed the universal idea of peace and non-violence espoused by Mahatma Gandhi and its relevance in today's world. Prime Minister has himself made a strong pitch for reform of the international institutions which must keep pace with the changing times. This is important for true multilateralism in a divided world to ensure stability, growth, and development. The focus of the G20 has moved from a mere economic-centric to a much broader human-centric approach. The priority accorded to realizing sustainable development goals, reforming international financial institutions, establishing digital public infrastructure, promoting a green development pact, encouraging women-led development, taking global initiative on digital health, recognizing the role of tradition medicine are praiseworthy. The energizing of the international economy, availability of greater resources for development, expansion of tourism, global workplace opportunities, stronger food security through millet production and consumption, addressing the skill gaps and mobility, mapping global value chains, supporting MSMEs, and a deeper commitment to biofuels are among the prominent outcomes of the G20 summit that will benefit the entire nation. The launch of India Middle East Europe Economic Corridor and the Global Biofuels Alliance during the summit are significant. These initiatives have sowed the seeds for a connected future in which India will continue to play an important role. India's climate leadership was visible with the adoption of high-level principles on life for building pro-planet people and recognition by the developed world to substantially scale up investment and climate finance to meet climate goals. India's presidency achieved new milestones in setting up new G20 working groups on women and disaster risk reduction, as also a new G20 engagement group on startups. The Deccan high-level principles on food security, Gandhinagar roadmap on land initiative, Goa roadmap on tourism, Chennai high-level principles on blue and ocean economy, and the Kashi cultural pathway will provide global guidance in various sectors for times to come and make our people proud. Honorable members, next month, our Parliament would have the honor to host the Parliament 20 Forum as part of our G20 presidency. I request each member of this august House to participate in welcoming the world to the mother of democracy and building on the theme Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one earth, one family, one future. I am confident that this august House will join me in commending Prime Minister's leadership in recognizing the enthusiasm of the people of India and appreciating the contribution of all organizations and individuals on this historic achievement.